Alright, this lesson is over the CNO sailing directions and navigation plan. What CNO has done here is he laid out the way ahead for the Navy over the next, let's say, 10 to 15 years, and the vision that he has for this. Sailing directions and navigation plan is a fancy way of saying mission, vision, guiding principles, those kind of things. And he outlines them right here on this first slide. In the vision, this is where he captures, kind of looking down the road, as you see down towards the bottom there, 10 to 15 years of what he's expecting the Navy to be like and to be operating. So what he's doing is he's kind of setting a point on the horizon for us to move towards, through the vision. Tenets, these are basically what we operate, what defines how we operate and do things. Warfighting first, operating forward, being ready. We do this every day. We are warfighters no matter where we are in the machinery. We're part of the fight, as it were. The Navy is very focused around operating forward. That's why we have ships. That's why we can park off the coast of some country and project force from the sea, power from the sea. And we're always training to be ready to act at a moment's notice. Guiding principles, this kind of breaks down, as you see as we go through this, you'll see kind of, it's almost like a reverse pyramid where the vision is the pointy part of the pyramid at the top, and as we progress through it, it gets wider and wider until we, with more information as we go along. So the guiding principles kind of break it down even further. It says our primary mission is warfighting, people are the Navy's foundation, yada yada yada. Our joint partners, the Marine Corps, and so forth, and so on. You can see that it continues on here. This kind of breaks it all down for us. And this is what he wraps up the sailing directions with, the guiding principles. Then we roll over to the navigation plan. Navigation plan, again, is just we're getting wider on that pyramid, and it's getting more and more in depth into what the CNO's vision is, and kind of getting more specific about some of the stuff. Under warfighting first, you see we're going to maintain the carriers and the amphibious groups. We're going to near-term line warfare, near-term counter a fast attack craft. We're going to build the ships that we know about, and then down the road we're going to move to new platforms under development and construct and move them to the fleet. Improve today's platforms by incorporating new and more capable technologies. We're going to continue to work jointly with the Air Force and continue to dominate under the sea, and we're going to exploit the electromagnetic spectrum, all that electronic warfare that we do. We're going to defend our computer networks, what you see a lot now with the information dominance and those ratings and specialties that are in that area of expertise. And then, we are maintaining a credible and survivable strategic deterrence as a Navy. Back in the Cold War era, it was silent service, submarines, ballistic missiles in the subs, to keep the Soviets and the communists at bay. Now we're looking at other ways to fend off that kind of ambiguous enemies we may have out there now. Operating forward, this is the basis of the Navy. That's what we do. We get on our ships and we move forward. We get on airplanes and we deploy forward. Okay, we're not a bunch of puddle pirates where we're sitting back doing nothing but fishing off our boats in landlocked lakes. We get out there and we make our presence known globally. And CNO outlines this here and kind of gets really specific about how we're going to do that. And then, of course, be ready. This is all about readiness. Whether you're a reservist, your full-time support, your regular Navy, we're always in some sort of training cycle. You can't get away from it, whether it's NKO, whether it's workups on a ship, whether it's medical readiness, you name it. We're all preparing for the very first of those tenets, which is warfighting. And it continues on and gets into it. And it's not just training that we do. We're talking about maintaining our fleet and assets and responsibly and efficiently, and extending the life so that we can be fiscally responsible as well as a force to get out there and project power. So how does this correlate to us as leaders? Well, if you look at it, the sailing directions and the navigation plan, it provides an overarching vision and goals from a big Navy perspective. So we can look at that and say, okay, I get where we're going now. I understand the long-term goals. This is especially good for the younger sailors that are going to be around for 10 to 15 years. They can kind of have they can see that little dot on the horizon and know that that's where we're heading. Okay. And now if you can think of any other correlations, I'd like you to see them posted on the webpage, the blog, because we'd love to learn more from the rest of you. But it also serves as an example for commands and units, and even you and I on a personal level, of how to develop our own visions and goals. Okay, whether that's creating a mission statement, reorganizing a command, fixing some of the to correct some discrepancies we have, or whether it's to work towards even more successful ventures that we're doing. So what I've done here is I've got some mission statements from some units. These are all from the Navy Reserve website. A couple of squadrons, a couple of shore-based units, and you see that they clearly defined what their mission is. I mean, the first one is ours, VR-51. We're a medium-lift air squadron operating 4 C-20Gs in support of combatant commander logistic requirements. That's our mission. That's what we do. Okay. You look at the VP-62 broad arrows. They're a little more elaborate with what they have to say. You see NOS Norfolk. They're a relatively large, maybe a medium-sized to large reserve command, and they talk about supporting their reserve sailors. Okay. And then you look at NAF Washington. There it's a major command, and you see what that they're supporting mission-capable units for the major command. They've got squadrons, and they've got a NOSC, and they've got other Navy units on board the base, so that their mission is to support all of them. So basically, mission statements put into words our intended purpose for being a command, a unit, a squadron, you name it. Even why are you a sailor? Why are you here in the Navy doing your job? So what I want you to do is I want you to consider, if you were to write your own personal mission statement for your purpose in serving in the Navy, what would it say? I want you to think on that a little bit. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to post up a copy of it. Write it out, post a copy of it up on the blog. You don't need to put your name on it unless you want to. And what we'll do is we'll compare and see how our mission statements are alike, how they vary, what our purposes are. And your mission statement can change over time as you progress through the ranks, or as you near retirement or the end of your contract. Your mission statement may change because you're moving away from your career goals and moving into your post-career goals. So think about that. Put some thought into it. Your mission statement can include personal and professional goals, but put that in there, and I'd like to see what they are. So that's your assignment. On top of viewing this, is to give us a snapshot of what your mission is in the Navy.